I wonder if you're fed up with feeling like you're always just that one affirmation away from hitting it big. Does it seem like no matter how many positive or desired affirmations you repeat, that big breakthrough, that specific manifestation remains just out of reach? So let's face it, the typical approach to financial success, to manifesting the wealth that you want, might have you believing that constant tweaking your life's narrative, the story you're telling yourself, is the key to unlocking wealth. It's like being stuck on a treadmill, always running towards your next breakthrough, that big breakthrough, but never quite reaching it. So this relentless cycle of scripting and affirming can make wealth or resources, the abundance you want, feel like a prize that's perpetually just out of grasp. It's a frustrating mirage that leaves you more exhausted than enriched. I'm Dr. Anilareddy, and if you want to manifest a relationship where money is a welcomed experience in your life, where you can see wealth flowing into your life more and more every day, and ending the urgency relating to asking, well, where is my wealth? Where is the money that I need? Join my new experience called More Than Enough, linked in the description below, or email me at hello@anilareddy.com for one-on-one, hands-on tailored sessions. So let's look at this. Tweaking your life's story might not be the golden ticket that you think it is. Here's a new angle that could really flip your perspective on wealth, abundance, and success in general. It's atypical, seen in the world of manifestation or even personal development, where you're told to rewrite the story to change your life. This advice usually leads us, the keyword being usually, leads us into a frenzy of scripting success, affirming wealth, and trying to flip every bit of our past financial disappointments, especially the negative thoughts, into a shiny new narrative. But here's a twist. What if the story is not the villain here? What if our fierce grip on these narratives is what's actually holding us back? Wealth is not about the story you tell. Everyone has a financial backstory, tales of gains, losses, and dreams that shape how we view our economic place in the world. But the real challenge is not the content of these stories, it's how tightly we cling to them. When we wrap our identity around our financial narratives, they start to control our emotions and actions, setting limits on our ability to thrive and embrace new opportunities. And it also, the same way, pushes our manifestations, exactly what we want, further and further away. So here's what that might look like. You script your way into believing you're a badass entrepreneur, ignoring practical steps that actually build a business. Or you affirm, I am wealthy. So often it feels like a battle cry against an invisible enemy of lack. Or you visualize bank alerts so intensely that not seeing them materialize feels like a personal failure. As though you're broken, as though your manifesting game needs fixing. The real issue, the root of the problem, is our deep belief that we are fundamentally our financial stories, that we are fundamentally lacking in some way. This belief can lead us down a tricky path where changing our lives means endlessly rewriting our narratives about money, about wealth, about resources, opportunity, success. But this approach often turns into a relentless struggle, a never-ending battle against ourselves. where every seeming setback feels like a failure to live up to our new story. So here's the scoop. The stories themselves about our wealth or the lack of it are not really what trip us up. It's our attachment to these stories that does the damage. It's like having sticky hands that just won't let go of anything they touch. Every financial high feels like a soaring victory. You're on top of the world. Everything is going great. You're the boss. You're the creator of your reality, whatever the case is. And every low feels like a huge blow, a defeat. And I've been there. When we glue our identity to our financial stories, we are setting ourselves up for a roller coaster of emotions and reactions that don't just affect our mood, they dictate our actions. We begin to doubt ourselves. We think we're less than someone. This kind of attachment turns every financial update or manifestation into a test of self-worth. It's not fun to be there. I've been there. It's not fun at all. And every investment, you begin to see it as a make or break moment. It's just so exhausting. So here's what happens when we are too attached. We're constantly reacting. Every dip in a missed sale, every dip in the stock market becomes a personal crisis. Every time you get a bill, you're complaining. Every time you don't get that specific promotion, you're like, oh, there it goes again. I'm not where I want to be. Every time you spend money on even something that you like at the mall, you feel like something is being taken away from you. So instead of calmly responding, we react emotionally, which can lead to hasty decisions like panic selling or impulsive buying or just more self-criticism. More, I should have, could have, would have, I should have gotten a better degree, I should have stuck with this, I should have done that. And then getting back on the affirmation bandwagon, another let's manifest money affirmation challenge, yay. No, it's tiring. I know. Or we go into fear of failure where our self-worth is on the line with every financial decision. The fear of failure can paralyze us. Instead of taking calculated risks that could lead to growth, we play it too safe, potentially missing out on great opportunities, never truly satisfied. When we are deeply attached to the narrative of becoming wealthy, no amount of money is ever enough. The goalposts keep moving. The manifestation keeps slipping away. First, it's about making 6 figures or even 5 figures, then 7, then more, like chasing the horizon on a treadmill. So we have to step out of this narrative cycle, right? So imagine if instead of trying to script a new financial identity or affirming away every doubt, you recognized that these stories are just stories. They are like clouds passing through the sky of your mind, temporary and not defining. So detachment does not mean you stop aiming for financial goals, your specific desires or your specific money amount or whatever the case is, or that you stop planning your investments. It means seeing these narratives for what they are. They're just thoughts passing through awareness. No more permanent or defining than the weather. So we have to start living beyond these financial stories. So what if you approached wealth not as a battle to win, but as a space to explore from a place of natural detachment as a consequence? Here's how that might change things. When a deal falls through, instead of spiraling into, I'm a failure, I can't even manifest this, let me try manifesting a button, or I don't know, a penny, I can't even do that. What you start doing is now you notice that every single event in is just an event in your financial life. It's simply another event. Just notice, it's just an event. This doesn't mean anything other than just being an event. That is all this is. So now, instead of obsessing over being a self-made millionaire, you focus on making smart, steady investments, letting wealth build as a byproduct of wise decisions, and being open to receiving it in multiple ways that your mind hasn't deduced yet. You don't really know yet how it's going to come. So now it's not a desperate race against time. So next, embrace wealth without the narrative. The most important step in your financial manifesting journey is not about changing the story, but understanding and seeing clearly who you truly are beyond it. You are not just a character in a financial drama. You are the noticer, the watcher, the observer. I like saying noticer because it's kind of active. The awareness in which all stories of gain and loss unfold. So here's what you can do, okay, to get more wealth. Here are my guided pauses for it. Just first notice what financial stories of lack or stress you have. Now notice what feelings they evoke in your body when you're attached to these stories. Allow whatever feelings that came up to just be there. Let them come and go. Just let yourself be. Now ask, who am I without this financial story? Just notice. Allow yourself to experience the freedom that comes from seeing your economic status as just one part of your life's narrative. From this space, the narratives begin to fall away. Now notice if you feel anything differently in your body. Remember, don't force a feeling. It's okay if the old feelings of stress are still there. But notice how the story is not as tight. It kind of is fading. It's moved on, even if it's just happening just for a few seconds or a few minutes. Don't try to force any specific feeling. So recognize now that your worth is not tied to your net worth. Your worth is not your net worth, okay? From this place of understanding, let your financial decisions arise from wisdom and clarity, not from a fear of failing. No fears really, no comparison. And even when your money-related, wealth-related manifestation come into your world in ways that feel natural to you. I'm not saying someone will drop like a big bag of money from a helicopter, okay? It'll come in ways that are natural to you. So by shifting your focus from changing your financial story to recognizing your inherent stability, inherent abundance and wholeness beyond it, you liberate yourself from the confines of narrative-driven financial struggles. So you engage with life more fully. Now wealth begins to manifest, not because you needed to validate your worth, prove to someone else or prove to yourself or to your friends, whatever, but as a natural expression of living from a place of completeness. There's just so much satisfaction here. This is not just a theory, it's a practical, peaceful way to experience wealth and success. Not at the mercy of the next big break or the next dollar earn, but as a continuous, stable presence in your life, just like the awareness that you fundamentally are. So let me know your thoughts on this below.